almost anywhere. Hey, that we share. Good morning. Hey. I'll do all I can to keep you satisfied. So just in case I'll make it home tonight, baby. Hey, hey, go to you for the last time, baby. Wanna treat you like the last, 'cause baby, you want that ass. Hey, let's go. Happy Thursday. Oh. Drive, baby, more than need more as long as I'm alive. Hey, I'll shut up to what you never know. Hey, let's go, my love will carry on. Just that strong soul, just in case. Something you need to know. Ooh, I had a little vocal in this room. No. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Thank you for checking out Coach Cooch in the morning. I am your girl, Coach Cooch. So let me go ahead and move this over so I'm able to see what's going on my schedule today. So first of all, good morning. How are you guys doing? Right now, I am taping from my future butler's pantry. So my future butler's pantry can fit my desk and everything in there. So right now, this is going to be my temporary office until my office is finished downstairs. So, hey, so I got a new place to do what I do and work and stuff like that. Just getting back to a little bit of normalcy, okay? And the song of the day was Just In Case by Jaheim. And shout out to my bro, RL. I hear you in them vocals and stuff like that. RL be doing a lot of little things on the low. That's how he be getting his money. He don't gotta, he don't say a lot, but RL be involved with a lot of projects and stuff like that. You could definitely hear him on that song, Just In Case. So it's a beautiful song. I love it. It's taking me back to, what was that, 2001 or 2003? I could tell it's around that time because he had the rhinestone headband on, and we wasn't rocking the rhinestone headbands after 2003. And I used to sell those to all my friends and stuff like that. So I know that was around 2001 through 2003. I'm telling you, boy, time has passed. That's 20 years ago? Oh, no. Wait a freaking minute. If that was 2003, that is 20 years ago. Yo, is it me or the 20 years passed by so fast? Oh my God, what is going on in my life that 20 years done passed by like that? Oh God. I am very shocked and appalled. That just really hit me like a ton of freaking bricks. Oh, okay, 20 years just passed by just like that. Okay. Ooh, okay, anyway, so listen, I have an update for you guys before we get started with today's church announcements, okay? We have an update about the irate, crazy tenant and the lady that I am helping. Once again, I'm letting you guys know that that is not my client. She's a friend of one of my clients, and they told me about her, and I'm just helping her from the beautiful part of my heart. Well, I'm happy to report that the landlord was finally granted a temporary protective order. All right, so that is a really good thing. A TPO. I don't know how she wasn't granted one before, but she has finally been granted a temporary protective order. And what that covers is that that lady must stay in her apartment. She cannot harass her at all. I want to give a shout out to Nikki Lucas, one of the councilwomen that I know personally. She gave me a call. She said we was gonna make some things happen, and you really, really made it happen. I'm like so excited because like I really love my rich kitties, and I really love the people that support my page because it ain't like the popular corny people that's on my page. It's the people that will really helping me out. Like they really help out with the community, and we didn't get it out yet. That would be the best news of all. I would have probably posted that as soon as I heard it. But the fact that we are able to get a protective order on her is one step closer to get her ass up out of that house. All right, so that is amazing. That day is definitely coming, and as I got older, I'm realizing that Rome isn't built in a day. She went from not being able to file a police report on her or no temporary protective order to being able to get a temporary protective order and other things that's happening. So I'm only going to keep you updated on the major things that happen. And she didn't even tell me. I had to like hit her up like, what's going on? Anything new? She's like, yeah, I got a TPO against her finally. I'm like, oh my God. Thank God for my support system. Y'all really come through with the come through. I'm going to tell you that right now. She got some very good advice. The first advice everybody's telling her is get rid of the lawyer because the lawyer never presented the videos to the court. So they don't know like what's really going on and stuff like that. This lady outsmarting the lawyers and stuff like that. But don't worry, her day is coming. She will be out of that home in the name of Jesus. So let's go ahead and get to the show because we got also got an Ask Coach Cooch question today. So we got to get on with the show. But I'm just, like I said, this is like such major progress. Like you said, Candace, is very big, major progress. And it's definitely going in the right direction. Like you said, Angie, we're going to keep on praying, though. We're going to keep on praying because it's a long journey, and y'all don't understand. If you don't live in New York, you do not understand the landlord-tenant court laws in the city of New York, and they don't give a freak, okay? They don't give a freak. So she went from being unheard to having some type of progress. So that is amazing. All right, now let's go ahead and get into the church announcements, honey, because there's a lot going on, all right? So, this is just word on the street, all right? Word on the street, allegedly, okay? Allegedly, all right? They are saying that Tina Knowles and her husband, Richard Lawson, have quietly separated, all right? Magic Johnson, his friends went on a little trip. Every year they go as a couple, and usually Tina and Richard is on the trip. But this time, Tina was not in the building with Richard, and Richard is doing his little what's the name movie run and stuff like that. He does a lot of independent movies and stuff like that. So he got a new project out, and Tina did not post it, and usually she posted. And you know, they started dating in the summer of 2013. Oh my God, 10 years, all right? And they were friends over 30 years. So I'm hoping that even if they're not together right now, I'm hoping that they can still be friends because they were friends for over 30 years. But let me tell you something. It's something about that little slick back Mr. Richard Lawson that I don't trust. Okay, he looked like one of them old freaking people that still dipping and diving. You know what I'm saying? He look like the type that's still dipping and diving. He got the little slick back. You know, you can't trust those old men with the slick back and stuff like that. That relationship came together messy. Anyhow, how people get them is how they lose them. Ooh. Oh, and they've been married since 2015. And in case you're wondering, there's a lot going on in marriage right now. There's a real attack on marriages and stuff like that. And I really just pray everybody just stay together or try to find a way to work it out, get counseling or whatever the case may be. But Tina is just like the rest of us. She's very petty. So what she put on her page now is instead of Tina Knowles Lawson, she's going by Tina Knowles, although her username is still Tina Knowles Lawson. Now listen, I don't trust a woman that got two of her husband's last names as her name. That's not trustworthy. I'm sorry. I don't trust it. I don't trust it. I don't trust it. How you got two last names and they both from two different men? That's kind of, I know the white people do it every day, but that's kind of rough right there. So, like I said, that's the word on the street. But however, Monday when we did this show, we reported that Tina was robbed of $1 million in her safe. Okay? So I'm not a detective at the LAPD or nothing like that, but she was robbed. And I ain't gonna lie, Miss Tio, because I got a little bit of psychic in me, a little bit of that's so Raven in me. I said $1 million in her safe, $1 million plus jewelry or whatever, $1 million cash plus jewelry equaled up to $1 million. I said, who the fuck would rob Tina Knowles? That was so random to me. You know what I'm saying? I just thought it was like so random to me. And now they stating that Tina and Richard is not together. So maybe Richard or somebody else felt like, oh, okay, like I am owed some of this money or whatever, or I gave her this money, so I'm going to be taking it back or whatever the case may be. All I got to say is that if they are not together, Richard, I think that we're going to have to look at him as a person of interest, allegedly, because if she got robbed for $1 million, I feel that's an inside job. I don't think nobody even thinking about where Tina Knowles live at to rob her. I know LA is going through a lot of robberies right now, but yeah, it's not given. It's not given. So and they didn't go on the Magic Johnson annual couples getaway. Pray for them, okay? That's all I gotta say. Talking about Beyonce's mama, Beyonce came to Philadelphia last night for her concert. The girls went crazy, and I didn't go. I am not a fan of the new Beyonce. I am a fan of I like R&B Beyonce. Let's just say that. I like R&B Beyonce, not the pop one. I'll always have my memories of seeing her in concert back in the days when me and Rich Kitty Zalika went to all the way to Boston for the Beyonce concert, the Destiny's Child concert, Nelly, everybody was there. I'll never forget that. What year was that? About 05? Yeah, that was 2005. We went to the concert. My little boyfriend paid for us to go. And that was a long time ago, about 18 years ago, Zalika. You remember that? When we went to the concert? So I like the old Beyonce. I want to hear like, yup, I want to hear Dangerously in Love. I even want to hear Brown Eyes. I want to hear, only new songs of Beyonce I really like is Love on Top. That's one of my favorite. I think after that, Beyonce went real pop after that. So I like Love on Top. I like Love on Top. I like Dance With Me Tonight, I'm Gonna Dance With You. I like that one. Yeah, I'm not old school Beyonce. I think that, it's like with Beyonce, you gotta figure out which Beyonce type of fan you are. I'm old Beyonce. Like if she ever say, because I know she's gonna come up with an old Beyonce tour. If she come up with an old Beyonce tour, then I am there. I am there. Like up into like Love on Top and stuff and stop. But all this like to you see stars. That's not my thing. And I love it for her. I'm happy, but I'm old Beyonce, not new Beyonce. It's like if you like Marcus Garvey Boulevard or Sumner. Like it's like a new person. Like like when an old street change the name, okay? Like in your neighborhood, you always got an old street that you call it the old street. You be like, oh, that's Sumner. They be like, no, it's Marcus Garvey Boulevard. You be like, oh, back in the day, it was Sumner. Like, yeah, I'm into that Beyonce. Yup, only her and Chris Brown are doing pop now. I know, but I don't like pop music for black people like that. I'm sorry, I don't. I'm not into it. I am a soulful woman. Y'all already know I'm a Marsha Ambrosius, Selena Johnson type of girl. You know, I'm not that kind of girl, all right? So let's get into some good news, all right? Angela Yee, all right, my old home girl, purchases 30-unit building in Detroit for formerly incarcerated women. Oh, that is a good tax write-off right there. I don't know why y'all ain't give me a call and put some money in on that. All right, so they say that she purchased a 30-unit building in Detroit for formerly incarcerated women. So we're going to see what they do with that. They probably going to turn that into a nonprofit. Very good tax decision right there, because you're making all that money, you have to show some loss. So that's going to be nice. That is going to be nice. That is dope. In case y'all don't know what Angela Yee is doing, Angela Yee is turning herself into a real estate mogul, and that is really smart. She don't sell real estate, but she invests a lot of her money in real estate, and it is amazing to come up in the business with her and see when she first, like, let me tell you what Angela did, okay? Angela's a smart cookie, okay? That might be her Asian side, I don't know. Angela used to have a roommate forever, okay? I'm talking about being on Shade 45 every morning and had a roommate, right? See, this is why you gotta, sometimes you can't be like prideful, you know what I'm saying? So she used to have this roommate, right? And she would save all her money up. She was getting credit right. I watched her do it. So she was getting credit right. She was saving her money. And then she was like, I'm going to buy me a multi-family in Bed-Stuy. She was adamant about it. Like, once she got on Breakfast Club, I'm gonna buy me this multi-family in Bed-Stuy, and you know, and everybody was looking like, oh my God, like, you know, and then she was like, I'm gonna put a lot of money down on this, I can pay it off, and you'd be like, oh my God, and that was the first time I ever saw somebody put down like $200,000 to buy a house. I was like, oh my God, this is like 10 years ago maybe. I was like, oh my God, like $200,000 or whatever, right? So she put down $200,000. I ain't gonna tell you the other part of the story. But anyway, she put down $200,000 on a house, and you know, she lived on a popular block in Bed-Stuy. I was like, wow. And I remember I went over there when she first got the house, and I was like, oh my God. She was like, I was like, how much? She was like, tell me how much she paid for the house, and I'm like, oh my God, you almost paid $1 million for this house? Oh my God. And you know me, I've always been the big house type of person. I've always been like the Long Island type of, when I think of $1 million house, I always thought about like a big house, like $1 million or whatever. But she was smart. That freaking brownstone's worth like almost $3 million now. It's like worth almost $3 million. And now she just take her money and put it in different projects. So she, in case something ever happened to this radio thing, she got a lot to show for it. And I really respect it. And that is a true story. I watched her do it. I watched her get her credit up. I watched her live with that girl forever. And that was like, and nobody had a roommate in around that time. We was all wasting our money on rent and moving in and out of our parents' house. And she stuck with that roommate. And her roommate was a singer at the time. I think her name was, it was a girl that made a song. I think she had like one hit, but she's real popular in the business. I'm gonna let y'all know her name. I think it was the girl that made this song. It was like a song like, oh my God, it was like very popular. They were roommates for like the longest, and nobody had roommates in those days. So it was like crazy, but yes, smart move. Somebody said yes, very smart move. Yes, very smart move. I watched her do it. Yes, meanwhile, Envy getting sued for scamming. Good for her. I'm on the Five Heartbeats crossover. Ain't nothing but a double cross. That's right, Jay Green. That's my favorite movie. Crossover ain't nothing but a double cross. That's right. Yes, smart move. And I think that she should talk more about her moves and her journey and stuff like that. And just keep it real with the people, like, you know, and say it like the way I just said it. Like, she was adamant about buying that $1 million. It was like she paid like a little bit under $1 million at the time, and she was smart. And DJ Envy is getting sued because these people just put their name on stuff and they don't research the people and stuff like that. I personally don't think that he's a scammer. I just think that he's the type of person that's like, all right, well, I'm not in it. You know, do what you got to do, but I'm not in it. And sometimes when you tell somebody, do what you got to do, but I'm not in it, and your name is in it, you will get sued. Like, this real estate shit is no joke. Like, seriously, it's a very serious business. It got a lot of money involved, and people get very, very, very greedy on that level when you start seeing millions of dollars that people are willing to invest. But this is how you know that shit wasn't right between Envy and this real estate stuff allegedly, when Angela Yee wasn't really investing with him like that. Like when she, because even when she had a couple of people that he was having for the seminars, well, first of all, he didn't want no part to me for his seminar, so I already knew some stupid shit going on. Secondly, Angela Yee was asking him like, "Oh, y'all saying y'all getting real estate without spending no money?" Remember, like when they had the guy Caesar on Breakfast Club, and she was like, "Oh, that don't sound right to me," because she puts real money down on her property, so she probably like, "That don't sound right to me." We'll get into that another day, but Angela, if she not involved, then you already know is a reason. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say. All right, moving on. Let's get to the news. All right, we got some quick news that we need to talk about. All right, Bank of America. If you got a bank account with Bank of America, you better listen up. Bank of America is fined over $150 million over junk fees. All right, and they're saying that Bank of America secretly opened card accounts in customers' names, double charged overdraft fees, and withheld promised perks from some of its credit card users, federal regulators said, and it will repay customers over $80 million. Oh my God. You know what? It is so sad. Before I got into real estate, I'm going to be very honest with you guys because I need to share with you this journey. Before I got into real estate, I never trusted banks. I'm going to just tell you that right now. The only reason why I am into banks the way I'm into them now is because you have to show your bank records in order to get properties and shit like that. But really, I never trusted banks. I was never a fan of banks. I've seen people rob people that they knew their whole life when they was a manager at a bank before. So I know how serious it is for people to do bad things when it comes down to bank. And once I found out that when your money's in a bank, all they do is invest it and go from there, I really wasn't a fan of banks. The only bank that I really, really trust, and this is just me, okay? I'm not giving no financial advice because I'm not a financial advisor. Only bank I ever trusted in my life is Capital One. That's the only bank that is not greedy. That's the only bank that work with their clients. I know firsthand, okay? Capital One is the only bank I trust, all right? And the only other bank I'm starting to like now, besides Capital One, because Capital One is the only one that got all my money. That had all my money, Capital One. I love Capital One. Is M&T Bank. That M&T Bank is starting to grow on me. And I like my Marcus account because I made a lot of money off of that Marcus account. But all my main money is in Capital One. That's the only bank that I really trust. I never really trust Bank of America like that. I damn sure don't trust Wells Fargo like that. And I do think that everybody should have some money in their crib. I'm sorry. I really do think that everybody should have money in their crib. I know it's bad to give that, say that, but I think that if you already got your house, you don't plan on buying another one soon, get you a nice little safe somewhere and put your money in your house. I do think so. Not a lot. I'm not saying it gotta be all your money. I think you should have at least $10,000 in the bank system just so you can keep getting good things. But don't fucking trust these banks, okay? They are really, really, really terrible. And I'm glad that now the government is starting to catch on to them because there's a lot going on, like especially with those overdraft fees, and then you get another overdraft fee in 30 days and 3 days. And it's a lot. I have Bank of America, and there's so much to change banks with so many things tied to that account. You're going to have to change it, honey. Yep, I believe in that. Just in case of emergency. Yes, a case of emergency happened. I don't know if y'all remember 9/11, right? We're going to be quick with this because this is important what I'm saying. None of our ATMs like was working. I remember I had Washington Mutual back in those days. You know I'm old. Washington Mutual. I had Washington Mutual back in those days, okay? And when that happened, we could not use our debit cards at all. I remember that. And I always said, you gotta keep some motherfucking money in your house. Oh my God. Oh man, I had Capital One for over 20 years. Capital One is the only one. I'm telling you, Capital One gonna give their all. Capital One did very good for their clients during COVID. They was letting people not pay their credit card for like 3 months and stuff like that without any type of like, yeah, Washington Mutual. You gotta be, I'm really old. I never realized that until right now. Like, I had my Washington Mutual card back in those days, and I could not use it because of the ATM shut down. Remember? Y'all remember that? Oh, my God. All right. Also in news that we got to talk about because they trying to play in our face, and I know y'all probably thought I forgot about this, but I did not forgot about this. So this is also, you thought I forgot news. Health professionals are now being told to call vaginas the bonus hole to avoid offending trans patients. You know what? The more I see that this world is trying to play in my face. All right. Bonus holes? Oh my God. Let's get into this a little bit because this is not right. So they want to call us bonus holes, okay? In order to avoid offending the transgender or non-binary patients. So you're going to call us bonus holes so our feelings don't matter, right? No, it don't matter about the women. See, this is what's going on, guys. They are trying to turn this society into a misogynistic society, all right? Now, and it's horrible to be a woman. They don't mind offending us women. See, this thing is really sexist. From us getting periods and men not getting periods, it's a sexist society. From us being pregnant and them not getting pregnant, it's a sexist society. And now you want to take us down a size and call us a bonus hole? No, bitch, we're not the bonus hole. We're the best hole, okay? We are the freaking mothering hole. I'd rather you called us a mother hole than a bonus hole. A bonus hole? How can we be the bonus hole? We the original hole. I mean, come on. Everybody know that a bonus hole is the extra. We ain't extra. This came out of us. We didn't create this world and decide that we wanted a hole. So why should we be called the bonus hole? We the best hole. The mothering hole, the first hole, but goddamn it, we ain't the bonus hole. If you ask me, the ass is the bonus hole, okay? Because you can choose to use it or you can choose not to use it, because it is the bonus hole. You don't call us no goddamn bonus hole. You expect these young boys to have respect for girls, and y'all sitting there calling, oh, you got a girl with a bonus hole? Because you don't want to offend anybody? Like, what about the women? You don't mind offending us? What society are we living in? Like, if y'all want to all just be together, just say that. Like, y'all just like act like y'all don't fucking like girls at all. Like, we got feelings too. I don't want nobody saying, hey, how are you doing, Miss Smalls? I'm doing great. Oh, come on down. Let me see your bonus hole. You say that to me, I'm going to slap you. So go ahead and be ready. Really now, don't tell me they're going to change that in medical terminology as well. Let's see. So they're saying that this suggestion was made by a charity called Joe's Cervical Cancer Trust, which aims to provide information and support for health professionals treating patients with cervical cancer, per the news outlet. The charity clarified that they were not suggesting that all women use the term, but rather it was important to use inclusive language that would reach out to transgender and non-binary individuals. You know what? Y'all just making up anything at this point. I'm convinced. Y'all are making up anything. We not no goddamn bonus hole. So cut it out. We ain't even gonna go there, because we don't even need to cause like division within transgender and within binary and things of that nature. We don't even need to cause that even problem, you know. And then they saying that, however, this idea has been met with criticism from women's rights campaigners. Exactly. Whatever happened to the women's rights campaigners? I need y'all back on that. What the freak? All right. They're saying that, that this is dehumanizing. Exactly. Misogynistic. That's what I said. The use of the term bonus holes instead of vagina is seen as an attempt to be more inclusive and respectful towards transgender and non-binary individuals. By using this terminology, health professionals are acknowledging that not everyone with a vagina identifies as a woman. The charity believes it's important to recognize and validate the identities of all patients, regardless of their gender identity. Y'all bored. Y'all bored. Y'all dead. Y'all bored. Y'all are bored. I don't understand where y'all come up with all this shit from. Y'all are bored. It's like the dumbest shit ever. For real. Like, y'all are bored. Like, they should just spread the info on prevention of HPV. I like that, but this right here is like, just, y'all bored, y'all dragging it too. I love everybody, don't get me wrong, I love everybody, but it's like all this shit is starting to get dragged to the point of dragtivity. I'm like really, truly like over it, like bonus holes and we don't want to offend nobody and da-da-da-da. Like, you're going to offend somebody. That's just the way it goes. Like, you're going to offend somebody. Life is offensive. Like, let's be real. Like, life is offensive. Y'all really just trying to get rid of all of the girls. That's what I really think sometimes, Like, we got a whole ass vaginal canal added on. The fuck, we are the aliens. We are, shit, they trying to turn us into the aliens, if you ask me. You know what I'm saying? Bored, bored, bored. Like, what the hell? I'm canceling all this bullshit. Exactly. All right, let's get to the entertainment news before we get into the Ask Coach Cooch question. All right, so Kenya's more estranged husband, Mark Daly, demands Kenya be held in contempt after their daughter proximity to RHOA fight with Marlo Hampton. Man, I don't know what Kenya did in her past life. But all I gotta say is that this husband is the freaking worst. She can't even pay him to divorce her, and now he's taking her for contempt of court because he's trying to say that during the taping of the show, her and Marlo was arguing it, and that Brooklyn was supposedly in that room. I don't even think Brooklyn was in that room, to be honest with you. He would have to prove that she was in that room or whatever the case may be. And he went down to the courthouse and filed paperwork on her. Oh my God. This is just crazy. So they say that as part of their reported custody agreement, Kenya is allowed to have Brooklyn on the show as long as certain restrictions are in place. A judge previously disseminated that he was not convinced, and no evidence has been shown that the star would put her daughter in any environment that might not be in the minor's child's best interest. Oh my God! You know what, Mark? You're bored. This is the new thing. You're bored. You're bored. Like I'm gonna go by bored. You know how Melody Hope kept saying, "You're slow. You're slow. You're slow." My new thing on me. You're bored. You. This is just boring. Like, you are so bored. Instead of you trying to figure out why, when I went to your restaurant the last time, why was my grits and lobster so small? You worry about her being in contempt of court. When I tell you this grits and lobster, I don't know if he's still a part owner of this restaurant on Myrtle Avenue. I ain't gonna say the name. But me and my mama went, and my mama could eat. She could eat any of us under a table. I ordered the lobster with the grits. And I want to know, why was my lobster and grits like a kid's serving portion in a big bowl? It was like mad big to play. I was so excited when I got it. And when it got on my damn plate, all right, it was a little bit of grits and a little bit of lobster. I didn't appreciate that. And it cost me $43. So you need to focus on that. Worrying about all that other stuff. Like, he's mad because every episode of Baby is in, the baby gets a check which goes to Kenya more than likely. No, Kenya got her daughter set up. I don't think it go to Kenya at all. But I'm still mad about that though. That I paid $43. This was like last year. I paid $43 for that food. And matter of fact, I treated my mama too. And she wasn't happy with her food either. So like, stop. All right? Don't be worried about all that. Yes, I've been in that spot. Their portions are small and the salad spread out. 3 forks down and you're done. I was done so quick. And I ain't gonna lie, because I don't lie to y'all. I was so hungry that day. I wanted to order another order. But I was like, I would look so hungry if I order another order of $43 grits with lobster. See what I'm saying? Like, if the rent is too high, they just shut down the store. Because you're not supposed to be charging like $43 for no damn little handful of lobster. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. All right, moving on. The streets are mad at Meek Mill. Oh, they are mad at Meek Mill, and that's one tourist, man. He just don't get it. He just don't get it. Meek Mill addresses backlash for saying free Tory Lanez during his Rolling Loud performance. Out of all the people you could have shouted out, you went and shout out Tory Lanez. Oh my God. I guess Tory Lanez finally got through to you when he said you weren't being a supportive friend. And Meek Mill said, I don't got a controlled voice. Basically, like, he can go ahead and shout out whoever he want. And yeah, that is crazy. And yeah, that is nuts. All right. So yeah, free Tory Lanez. Once again, another example of misogyny in the hip hop community. All right. The fact that he shot a girl don't mean nothing to nobody. He shot a girl, but let me tell you something, Meek. You better be very careful because you don't want your dirt to come out. Okay, you do not want your dirt to come out, and a lot of people in the industry know your dirt too with women. So you better be very careful because sometimes you can associate yourself with somebody, and then next thing you know, their dirt start to bring you down. So be very careful of who you are supporting. Make sure you're playing for the right team because you don't want your business to go out there. I'm telling you, it goes down in the DM. I'm telling you, it go down. People always trying to support others, and then you know what I mean. Like they don't realize that they too got a lot of dirt and and things of that nature. Let me see what the rich kitties got to say that. All right. Somebody said at least load up on the grits. Grits don't cost much. That I don't understand why they don't load up on the grits. At least roll up on the grits and add a little bit of gravy, and I would have been all right. I don't like that. Meat looks terrible. Oh, I don't like the braids. Oh, Jay ain't gonna like that. Oh yeah, but I don't think he care about what Jay like after that failed partnership. Michael Rubin won't be able to save Meek. I'm tired of Michael Rubin too. I'm tired of his ass. He's getting on my nerves, and I don't like how he's trying to emasculate the black man, allegedly. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like, as I get older, I don't like certain things that I'm older. I think I see things so much clearer now that I'm older, and how people try to manipulate you and how people try to show their money just so they can like control you. I mean, I've always known it, but now I see it a lot, and it's very dirty and it's very dusty, and it's not given. He could have sung the song without shouting him out. Exactly, he sure could have. All right, definitely. All right, so we got like a kind of long, well not long, but we got a kind of long Ask Coach Cooch question. So we are going to get right into it. All right, so Ask Coach Cooch. I gotta sit up for this. Ask Coach Cooch is a time on our show where you guys write in about life, love, money, anything that you got to ask about, and you send your questions to Ask Coach Cooch at gmail.com. Because who gives better advice than Coach Cooch? Nobody. I said, who gives better advice than Coach Cooch? Nobody. I said, who gives better advice than Coach Cooch? Nobody. All right. So let's go ahead and get into the letter. Dear Coach Cooch, hi. I will get straight to the point. Okay. I am writing you because I am a little upset with my boyfriend, and I feel that I need an outside, non-subjective opinion because it is ruining my relationship or stumping it from growth. Okay, all right. Well, if anything is getting stumped with growth, go ahead and let me know what's popping. So what's going on, girl? My boyfriend works for the mayor's office, and his salary is over $200,000. 200K, okay, for the 200K. I'm not mad at it. 200K is his base salary, and his salary can increase to even $250,000 if he does special projects for the city, etc. So you got you a man, that makes $200,000, and he can go all the way up to $250,000 if he does special projects for the city. I ain't mad at you. Where y'all think this story going? Anyway, I didn't want to say this out loud because I didn't know what you would say. But my boyfriend doesn't like for me to ask him for money or to buy me anything. Oh, boy. Oh, Lord. So you got a man that is making $200,000, all right? And he can go up to $250,000, and he doesn't like for you to ask him for money or to buy you anything. Oh my God. Somebody said, what's the special project? Oh, he's probably cheap. He's a cheap six-figure ninja. All right. So he doesn't like her to ask him for money or to buy her. He doesn't like her to ask or to buy her anything. When we go out, he doesn't hesitate to pay. Okay, that's good. So when y'all go out, he doesn't hesitate to pay. In 3 years, we went on one trip, and he always throw that in my face by saying, well, you haven't paid for any trip, so you should be happy. Oh, so he's trying to say you haven't paid for a trip, so you should be happy about that one trip in 3 years, and you make $250,000, $250,000. Okay, sir. All right. Anyway, well, you haven't paid for any trips, so you should be happy. People think I'm lucky because my man makes all this money, but he doesn't spend it on me. He doesn't spend it on me like that, and thinks that you are trying to be a city girl if you ask him for anything. See, that city girl shit, it messed up a lot of men. A lot of men feel like they're a simp if they spend money on you. They feel like if you ask them for money and they give it to you, they feel like, oh, you trying to city girl me. You think you Carisha. Oh, you trying to act bad and stuff like that. And that don't even be the case. It's just that women like men to spend money on them. That's been going on way before the city girls. That's been going on since the beginning of time. And not only that, you fucking this lady and you trying to like take her to one trip, and in 3 years, one trip. Come on. It's like, I don't want to hear all that. I just feel like that is a real excuse for you guys to just get away with murder. Y'all don't have a problem with asking a woman like to fuck y'all. Y'all don't have a problem with asking a woman to do this, do that. Y'all want to come to girls' houses. Y'all want them to cook for you. You don't think that this lady deserved more than one trip? I mean, she said you pay for the dates and stuff like that, but you refuse to give her that chicken. And I've dated somebody like that before. They'll go on dates with you and stuff like that, but they don't want to give you the money in your hand. And that right there is why we not talking now. You can't do that. Nobody got time for that. How old are we? And the sad thing is that like with a real one, you ain't even supposed to ask. Like honestly, a real one supposed to know exactly, like what you need at this. I think it's all from age too. So somebody just said it. At this big age of 48, you got to be spending money. If you make it $200K without me having to ask, or I'm out. Exactly. I think too. This young lady sounded a little younger, and the letter's not finished yet, so I got to finish reading the rest of the letter. But it's like, I think also a lot of these men are immature. Like when you deal with a grown woman, like a grown woman spends her own money. So a grown woman don't want to hear a man that makes $250,000 a year complain about something as little as a trip. Definitely a Kevin Samuels supporter. And I noticed that a lot of high-profile men, they really are Kevin Samuels supporters, and they really believe that I earned this money. I don't have to give you anything. What have you done for me? What do you bring to my table? And that is really sad. I'm not gonna lie, and I don't want to say this to just anybody, but I really feel sorry for the black community, for women, black bonus holes. I really feel bad for the black bonus holes, because it's like we're kind of like damned if we do, we damned if we don't. Let me explain. It's like this. When you meet a guy, right? It's like if he cool, he ain't got no money, right? And if he got the money and responsible, he a selfish motherfucker, and you gotta go through all this type of stuff to prove yourself to him and show him what you got to bring to the table. And it's like, damn, can't you just meet somebody that got some money and cool? Why you gotta meet somebody that got the money and they got a security guard the money and shit like that and gotta play all these mental games? It's like we really damn we do. And then it's like the guys that is cool ain't got no money, so it's like you can't really fuck with them because they ain't got no money. It can't really help you do nothing. But those kind of the ones that really like bring the love and joy into your life. And then it's like, and then if you got a dude that's spending money and you got like a street dude that's spending money, you got to watch him because he might be trying to secure you so that when he go to jail, you could like hold it down for him. It's like it's always a trick with the money. All right. I'm sorry. It is. It's like black women, we don't have the luxuries that other races have, because even in the Latino world, they don't work either. A lot of them, a lot of the Latino community. I grew up in East New York around a lot of Puerto Rican women and Dominican women, and they don't work. They men work, and they take care of things, and they sit home, and they make the food and take care of the kids. Black women, we gotta work. We gotta if we do meet a guy that make $200,000, the odds of you meeting a guy that make $200,000 for the black community, that's a very low percentage of people that can meet a guy that make $200,000 or $250,000. And then when you finally meet that motherfucker, he's so stingy with the money. It's like you dating a broke dude because he don't want to spend the money. He don't want to spend the money. And that's the problem. That's how they got that money. Because, and you know, I'm all about saving up your coin. Okay, I'm all about that. But at the same time, it's like, listen, nobody want to be with nobody that make $250 and they went on one trip in 3 years. And then you talking about you didn't pay for a trip. So you shouldn't be mad. Like, I'm supposed to pay for a trip for you and you make $250,000. Like, it's just, the math ain't mathing. Let's finish the letter because we do got letters. So anyway, we got more of the letter. People think I'm lucky because my man makes all this money, but he doesn't spend it on me like that and thinks that you are trying to be a city girl if you ask him for anything. I know that he is not required to do anything for me, but I make $70,000. My salary is not equal to his, so I can't pay for vacations comfortably. Plus, I own my own home. A lot of responsibilities come with that also. And when something breaks down in my home, he doesn't offer to fix it. Oh, I'm dead. I am dead. I am dead. When something breaks down in your home, he doesn't offer to fix it. Well, damn it, you dating a man with no money then. See, that's what people understand. Like, I don't care how much money you make if I can't get none of it. If I can't get none of it, then it means that you got a man that don't make no money. You got a man that work at McDonald's then. It's the same. It's equivalent. It's equivalent. Somebody said, I know you fucking lying. Been there too many times. I had to walk. I know that's right. Girl, bye. Leave him. Oh my God. Because in his mind, I know men that act like this. I wrote about men that act like this. In his mind, that's your house. So that's your responsibility. He should not have to fix anything in your house. He does not live there. So he feels like, I don't have to fix anything. That's your house. All right? When something breaks down in my home, he doesn't offer to fix it as he believes it's my responsibility. He makes all that money and barely have rent to pay, so what gives? This money issue is very frustrating and I need your opinion so I can make my next move. Oh, man. Thank you so much for this letter. I love it. And it's sad because I really was so happy in the beginning of your letter that your man was making all this money and stuff like that. But you know what? When you said that he didn't help you with nothing for your house, that's when the buck stopped for me, okay? I wasn't okay with him not giving you no vacations and stuff like that. But now that you say he's not helping you pay nothing, like none of your things, the reality of it is that he might have something else going on. You know what I'm saying? Like you might be the girlfriend, but you might not be the one. You know what I'm saying? That he feels is deserving of his money. His money might be too stretched out. You know what I'm saying? And he really already got a girl or something else that he's spending money on. So I just don't, I don't like it. In my opinion, it's sad, and I hate to sound like a gold digger because I'm far from a gold digger. I've always had my own money and stuff like that. I feel like it's not going to work for me. You know, I'm not going to lie. It's not going to work for me. He's spending money other places. He don't see the value in spending money with you because men like that make that kind of money, they got to see the value in it. You let him get away with it for so long. And in the beginning, he probably took you on that trip to see if he had to spend money on you. And once he saw that you were still entertaining him after 2 years passed by and there's not another trip, then, he let you rock. 3 years, one trip, and some dates, and you make $200K, and but you say he barely got rent to pay, then that doesn't make sense, all right? So at the end of the day, I think that, move on. Unfortunately, somebody said my white counterparts don't have to go through that. Unfortunately, like, we're doomed with a lot of things. So you know what? I really advise you to step your game up. Make sure that the 70K ain't hacking it no more. Make sure that you find like a little side hustle that you can make a little bit more money. Maybe bring that 70 to 100K so you can live the life that you want to live and be able to afford the vacations you want to afford and be able to take care of your home and without worried about a man, because reality of it is that we can't depend on these men like that. I'm sorry. Whether they make money, don't make money, thugged out, not thugged out, not in jail, in jail. It's like we on an island by ourselves. They trying to call us the bonus hoes. So that shows you right there that we're kind of in an island by ourselves. And you have to really keep the hustle growing, keep the hustle strong. Yes, you may not meet another man right away. that make 200K, but believe me, if you met one time, you can meet one twice. Okay, don't let this like stop you. Don't let the 200K stop you from going your way. Because at the end of the day, 200K that don't spend money is $20,000. That's like dating a man that work at McDonald's, really, if you think about it. Because you're not getting no money off of that. You're not getting no benefit off of that. We have to start. I remember a man once said to me, nobody cares if you make over $100,000. Nobody cares if you have a house. Men don't care about stuff like that. I remember hearing that, and I was like, wow. He was like, because if it doesn't benefit us, we don't care. So I think that women need to have the same attitude. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, okay, if it doesn't benefit us, nobody want to hear about your $20,000, your $200,000, $250, or whatever the case may be, if it don't benefit me. And I think that, yes, it sounds selfish. Yes, it sounds narcissistic. But you know what? Those bitches that don't play that, they get all the money. While you beautiful, educated women are sitting at home waiting for your high value man to give you some motherfucking money, you got girls out here that can barely read cat backwards, and they are making these men spend their money because they're not even entertaining them. If you don't spend my money on me, they're not even entertaining them at all. And the reality of it is that if you were a woman and he couldn't talk to you about sex or couldn't have sex with you, he would not be bothered with you. So you should not feel bad about getting rid of him over the money. That's my feeling. I don't care if I'm not benefiting from it. You gotta have that feeling. As a person that's dating in 2023, that's the attitude you're gonna have to really evaluate. How does this benefit me? Okay? Now let's just say you're not into money. Money ain't your thing. That means they got to give you their time. If they don't give you their time, then it's not benefiting you. Find out what is it that you want out of another person. Because in order for you to be into this other person, they have to bring something to your table. So what you got to figure out is, what is your table? Do you got the money table? Do you got the time table? Are you a sex table? What table are you? And where does that person stand in your table? Because guess what? It's some girls, they into sex. That's their thing. If you ain't got sex, girl, you make me want to sweat. If you ain't sweating them out, they don't care how much money you got, how friendly you are, how cool you are. They'll get rid of you and discard you. And I think that whatever your table is, figure it out and make it work for you. Because in the end of the day, nobody's going to feel sorry for us. They're trying to reduce us to bonus holes. And that means that if women are on the lower of the totem pole, where do you think that black women stand in that pole? So if women are here, where are black women? We're down here, okay? Because we have never been America's priority. And guess what? We're not even priority with our own men, okay? And you know, we always talk about that on this show. So in order for you to be a priority, in order for you to be a high value woman, in order for you to be the woman that you want to be and live the lifestyle that you want to live, sometimes you got to go out there and make that shit happen for yourself. Evaluate the plan, go back in, and remember that anything challenging, it's something behind every challenge, baby. It's something behind every challenge. And if it challenges you, it's going to only make you better. You don't have to sit there and worry about what a man has and what a man don't got. All you need to focus on is what you have and how you setting yourself up in case of emergency, a case of a failure, in case of something going wrong in your house. What are you doing to make sure that you are okay? Because we can't depend on nobody. And it's sad. And it's sad. And yes, the black women don't have to go through, the Spanish women don't have to go through that. The Hispanic women don't have to go through that. The white women don't have to go through that. But some type of way, they made us black women the warrior princesses. But it's okay. We built for it. And when you built for it, you can get through it. So like I said, get rid of this. Show him that you can kick his ass to the curb. Him and his $200,000, which equal up to $20,000, because guess what? It's not benefiting you. It's barely $20,000. At least a man that make only $20,000, he's gonna try to make some shit shake for you sometimes. This man just sounds like, you're on your own, I'm on my own, I'm trying to create wealth. How can you bring it to you? And really, he looks down on you. He makes $200,000, you make $70,000. And if you ever had a conversation with anybody that makes, any man that makes over six figures, you will see that they look down on women who make less money than them, like substantially less. And although $70,000 is not terrible in the eyes of a man that makes $200,000, he feels you're not applying yourself. So really, he ain't trying to wife you up because he don't feel you make enough money. Because men like that want to go ahead and get their Claire Huxtable. They think they're Bill Cosby, and they want their Claire Huxtable because they want to create wealth. They're competing with their other friends. So the only way I figured this out, I found this all out. Here's a caveat right here. The thing about it is that he looks down on you. Okay? So with them and their friends, they be going back and forth. Oh, my bitch do this, my bitch do that. You don't do enough for him. So he feels like, and you probably thought, I make 70, I got a house, I'm popping. In his eyes, you're not popping. You don't make six figures, so you cannot help him get to the next point. He wants somebody that makes six figures with him so that he can be considered wealthy. Once he meets somebody that make six figures with him, he gonna be popping. He on his Bill Cosby show shit. And that's what these people want. They want to be the Huxtables. They want to be Jay-Z and Beyonce. And to him, your little 70, he feel like your house is a liability. Get rid of the house. I'm sure he told you that. Get rid of the house. You don't need a house. And break it down. You only make $70,000. That's your responsibility. And that's how these people think. That is how these people think. What table am I? Are you asking me what table am I? Because I know what table I am, okay? And with me, you gotta bring something to my table. You have to do something. You can't be sitting there not doing nothing. Nobody got time for that. And also find out your love language, people. A lot of these issues too will be resolved if you understand your love language. See, I took the love language test, 5lovelanguages.com or something like that. And I already knew what my love language was. Mine was words of affirmation. But after that, it was service. Like I like when you do stuff for me, and I like when you I like when you talk that shit. You gotta know I'm great. But in order for you to know I'm great, I had to make myself great. So I advise you to make yourself great. Oh, wow. That was some good advice right there. That was some good advice. Go ahead and put a heart in the comment. If you think that was some good advice right there, go ahead, right before we go ahead and put some hearts in the comment. I think that if you rewatch that part of this Ask Coach Cooch question, I think you're going to love it. Because I really broke down a lot of little caveats. And the sad thing is, y'all don't know about those high-value men. They look down on women who make $70,000. Oh, my God. But you know what? Cut his ass off, level up, and get you another one, all right? Oh, my God. Well, I am so happy for that letter. That was a very interesting letter. It brought a very different perspective. And if you two got something that you would like to talk to, go ahead and send your letter to askcoachcooch@gmail.com. Well, I had a great time talking to you guys today. Oh my God. I will see you guys next week because Fridays is my renovation days. I don't know why everybody want to renovate a home on a Friday, but it's all good. They're coming tomorrow to do some more renovations. So I really am excited. And I always show you guys what we got going on. If you watch Monday's show, you'll be able to see the house and stuff like that. I really appreciate you guys. And as we always say on this mother freaking show, watch your front and your little $200,000 boyfriend that don't spend no motherfucking money. Peace.